Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing part 3 of my One Piece overview. So last video I did the rest of the East Blue, and today I'm going to be doing half of Baroque works. That's what you want to call it. So I think it's Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and Drum Island that I'm going to be going over. So I'm gonna take these out for now. And just this half. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And really quick, I'm gonna show off the volume covers. So this is volume 12. Really cool. That's the back. Volume 13. This is Whiskey Peak, I'm assuming. Number 14, pretty sure this covers Little Garden. And then 15, the rest of Little Garden. And then 16 and 17 cover Drum Island. I'm gonna whiz past Whiskey Peak since it's not very interesting to me personally. I'm gonna focus a lot on on Drum Island because that's a favorite for me, and I'll explain later why. And if you guys were wondering, yes, I am still sick. I'm getting better though. Yesterday was the bad day. When you get sick, it's like the worst day. So let's go ahead and start off with volume 12. I think, let me fix this. This is the rest of Logtown. Oh, that's Reverse Mountain. I just want to see Dragon's first appearance. And this is another character we barely know nothing about. And it's just so crazy to me how Oda's been setting up these things. And because of this, this blast of wind comes out of nowhere. Some people think that Dragon has like some kind of wind devil fruit or something like that. And here's one of my favorite scenes. I call it the Barrel of Dreams. Super iconic. I love this scene. And then there's Reverse Mountain. It's also not very interesting, but I really like this art. There's not a lot of... Well, there are a lot of page spreads in One Piece. There's Reverse Mountain, and then they run into Laboon for the first time. And Crocus, where is it? This guy. I feel like Laboon is very whimsical, because there's like a whole other like island inside of him. Oh, and there's Garp's first appearance. Well, maybe not first appearance, but yeah, there he is before he officially shows up in the story. So yeah, this introduces us to Laboon and Crocus, who are very intertwined with some other characters in the series, like Brook and of course Roger. And then yeah, there's the first mention of the last island, Laugh Tale. And I forgot to mention Vivi. She does show up here. There she is. So yeah. There's not much here, to be honest. Oh, Whiskey Peak. Yeah, the beginning of these sagas kind of drag on a little bit. Lots of setup. Not much going on. And then, of course, all the people here are part of Baroque Works, except for Igaram and Vivi, of course, who are undercover. So that was volume 12, which covered the rest of Logtown, Whiskey Peak. Oh, Reverse Mountain and Whiskey Peak. So here's volume 13. It's just the rest of Whiskey Peak. And then they find out that Vivi is actually the Princess of Alabasta and she's undercover, of course. And then the Straw Hats decide to help her. And then there's that stupid fight between Zoro and Luffy. The only fight between them. But yeah, Whiskey Peak is kind of goofy. And there it is, where I think in the anime it showed that Robin was the one that killed Igaram. But he didn't actually die because nobody dies in One Piece. Except for, like, maybe 2 people. And then, oh, Robin. She's one of my favorite Straw Hats. That's her first appearance. I think? Right? I think it is. Well, yeah. And then they head off to Little Garden with Vivi. I don't remember why they went to Little Garden. I think it's just the way the log post sends them, right? And then there's Bragi. Where's Dory? Dory's somewhere around here. There. Aw, that's awesome, man. I love these two. And a spoiler warning, if you haven't caught up completely with the previous chapter, they did show up again after so many years and so many chapters. So I'm very excited to see what they're going to do in the story. So that was the beginning of Little Garden, and it showed off some of the Baroque Works members, like Mr. 3, the Candle Man. I never really liked Mr. 3 all that much. So yeah, but I really like Dory and Bragi. They're super cool. So yeah, the Straw Hats, they get to Little Garden. They meet the Giants who are in a 100-year duel. And they fight Mr. 3. They get stuck in this candle maker. Yada, 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 yada. And then Nami, she gets bitten by some kind of bug. And she gets a really bad flu. So then I think after this, after they defeat these members of Baroque Works, they head off looking for a doctor, right? And Luffy defeats Mr. 3. Oh, and Crocodile's first appearance. Oh man, I love Crocodile. I really like Crocodile. And then that was 14. I got 15 right here. Pretty sure this covers the rest of whatchamacallit, Little Garden. And I really like Little Garden because it sets up Usopp's dream and of course Elbaf as a whole. I'm very excited for them to get to Elbaf. I wonder when that's gonna happen. But yeah. So then Dory and Bragi see him off, and then there's that huge island. The island goldfish or whatever it is. Whatever they call it. And then Dory and Bragi one-shot the entire thing. That's crazy. So yeah, they leave Little Garden and then head off looking for a doctor. Nami gets the flu. And I'm going to touch on this a little bit into Alabasta. But I really do like Vivi as a character. I know she wouldn't do much for the Straw Hats, but man, it's just the setup and everything. I really hope she does join the Straw Hats. And then there's Wapol. I do not like Wapol. Very unlikable character in my opinion. And it's crazy how a lot of these characters are coming back into the scene of this series, like Wapol and Vivi. Like I said, I really hope Vivi joins the Straw Hats. I know a lot of people don't like her. I'm not sure why. I really liked her. But yeah, they get to Drum Island. I like this scene a lot, where they get into a scuffle, and one of these guys ends up shooting Vivi, and Vivi tells Luffy, because he's about to fight them, that getting into more trouble is gonna make everything worse. And he actually apologizes. It's like one of the only handful of times that Luffy apologizes and realizes what he's doing is wrong. I like that scene a lot. And then they meet everybody on Drum Island. And yeah, I really like Drum Island a lot. Of course, because there's Chopper. Look at him. Because of Chopper. So yeah, that's Drum Island. And then I have the 16 and 17. Because Chopper's backstory, oh man, it's so sad. I don't know why Oda thought he would make his backstory so sad. So if you see these darker pages, that's all backstory. Half of this is backstory. Obviously Chopper's. And I have this cover page as a poster up on my wall. I love that piece of art. And I like this scene. Let's see if we can get to it. Where Luffy is carrying Sanji and Nami up right here. It just shows how much he's willing to go for his friends. I love this scene a lot. And Wapol's castle. And then there's Chopper's first official appearance. And he looks very different compared to how he looks now. He got chibi-fied. And then Nami offers Chopper a place in their crew. But doesn't want to because of his backstory. And there's Dr. Hiruluk. And man, I can't. His backstory is just so. It kills me, man. Just because he was different, it's like a ripoff Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. Just because he's different, everybody leaves him behind. And the one father he gets, he ends up killing him, thinking that mushroom, I think it was. Yeah, look. And Chopper almost gets killed himself looking for this mushroom that ends up killing Hiruluk. So I know I'm breezing through this, but I don't want to make this video like too long. And he thinks this is like he thought it was a symbol for pirates. And to him, pirates means good. But that skull and crossbones means death, basically. And then Hiruru's last stand against Wapol. It's so heart-wrenching, man. So that was volume 16. And let's get to the last volume. I think this covers all of Drum Island. Yep, it does. So Luffy's giving Wapol the beatdown of his life. And I don't remember much about this fight against Wapol. I just remember, of course, that one scene. I'm pretty sure some of you guys know what I'm talking about. That's all I remember. But yeah. I think Chopper shows off what he's done with his devil fruit, with the rumble ball. He has like different applications, like the brain point, the arm point, horn point, all that stuff, which is really interesting because you know, his devil fruit just gives him the properties of a human, right? That's why I like Chopper so much. He's very smart. And he does a lot for the crew. Like, way more than he's given credit for. Oh, and then here's that scene where Luffy defeats Wapol. That huge Gum Gum Bazooka. And then, is it here? Where is it? Oh, here it is. That iconic scene. Well, not just this one, the other one that I'm talking about. Where Luffy asks Chopper to join them on their journey. And then Kureha sends him off. Not in the best way, but it was the only way she could. And there's that scene. I know this is gonna sound lame, but this is like the only scene in this show that's actually made me cry. Not tear up, not choke up, like tears streaming down my face crying. And I don't know. Every time I rewatch this scene, it just, everything that was leading up, everything was leading up to this point in terms of Chopper's backstory. And it, oh man, every time, just in the anime specifically, the music, the voice acting, the colors and everything, it just, and I don't like crying. So I hate watching this scene, but it's so good, man. So yeah, just the idea of trying to cure an entire village, not through physical well-being, but through heart, you know? It's so heartwarming, and that was what Hiruruke was living for. And that's what he died for. And Chopper got to see it come true. Oh, and Ace's first appearance, which is pretty cool. And the first mention of the Will of D, which is it's another thing that's so mysterious that Oda's decided to do long term. It baffles me how long like these things have been set up for. Like 20 years later, he's a really good storyteller. But then there, Bon Clay. This guy grew on me. He really did. I didn't like him at first, but I really like Bon Clay. And then they're off for Alabasta, and Crocodile's very first official appearance Oh, I love Crocodile so much, man. He's so cool. And one of probably my favorite Logia type Devil Fruit. The Suna Suna no Mi. It's just so cool. But yeah, that was half of Baroque Works. Next video, I'm probably going to do Alabasta. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.